Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thundertron podcast. Today I'm actually discussing a reveal of part of Transformers Friday, that being the Transformers Beast Wars Cheetor vs. Waspinator 2-packs. This is another one of those, Hasbro Pulse Card Tomy exclusive packs. They made previous of these packs in the past, like Optimus Primal Megatron, Rhinox, and Scorponok. There was actually just a recently leaked image of a Tigatron and Black Arachnia 2-pack that I will be doing a separate segment on in just a little bit, so make sure you stay tuned for that. So of course now we are at Cheetor and Waspinator. I have to say this pack isn't looking that good for me. I probably won't get it, but of course the basic information, the price is $55. The release date is January 28th, 2024. I do have to say this pack is not worth $55. It's about $5 over because, each deluxe nowadays is about $25 and there's two of them, so it should be about $50. And, this is an exclusive pack, so it really shouldn't be more. I think this should have come maybe with some new accessories or maybe some new molded pieces, and I'll get into what specifically in just a sec. But the figures themselves, they're just using, their Kingdom releases with some new paint apps. They're supposed to look, more premium, more accurate to the Beast Wars series, and I do think they accomplished that. I think that definitely was accomplished with these figures, but I'm really not interested in getting this pack, especially because of the Kingdom Cheetor molds. I've had quite a few problems with this mold in the past. I know they made several other versions using this mold, like they made a Netflix one. I'm pretty sure they made several other exclusive versions of this mold. We had the original, and every time I got the figure, there was either some stress marks or bad tolerances or breakage issues, so I've never really had a good experience with this mold. I think most people haven't. And the accessory itself is not that good, so really not very good of a figure. I do like Waspinator, though. I think he looks really good in this pack. I've never had a problem with the mold. Yes, there's a few problems, tolerance-wise. Sometimes he wouldn't really stay together very well. He'd be quite loose at times, but still a worthwhile figure in my opinion. But really just getting down to the figure itself, Waspinator, of course, comes with that same kind of sting accessory. That was probably one of my biggest complaints with the original release of this figure. The accessory was kind of weird. It was just like the entire back, stinger part of the Wasp mode, and they just kind of turned it into accessory. But there was no blade. It really should have come with like a stinger or like a blade itself to look more scary and menacing. It just kind of looks like, a random piece that's in his hand. It didn't look good. But I do like the figure. I really like the premium paint, and the wings look very cool, and that transparent blue plastic thing that looks really cool, and I do like the shade of green, and there's actually two different shades of green which look really cool, and I do like the giant wasp head on his chest. That looks really cool. Of course, Waspinator has never been, the most agile, streamlined figure. He does have quite a bit of kibble. He has the wings, the insect legs, so you really do have to get used to that if you do get this figure. And then we have Cheetor in his robot mode. I do have to say he looks cool, but when you get into the figure, not so much. I do like the metallic blue, and I do have to say that one thing that's really improved over the past release, there's actually some nice details for the eyes. That was one of the major complaints for the original release of Cheetor in the Kingdom line. The eyes looked kind of like possessed. They look really weird. It was just like one solid color of orange, but now they actually added some an iris. There's actually a black dot for an iris, so it looks more alive, looks more accurate and real, which is good. And again, his accessory, not very good. It's like a tail whip axe thing. I never really understood that. He really should have come with his gut gun in the Kingdom mainline release, and honestly, this would have been a perfect opportunity to include that, because, this is an exclusive pack, and of course, they're re-releasing the figure with a new premium paint deco, so they could have added that accessory. And also, this pack is, $5 more than it really should be, so they could definitely make up for that $5 extra and include a new accessory for Cheetor and for Waspinator. They could have improved his stinger accessory. I think that would have been a really good idea, but unfortunately, they didn't take that opportunity. I think that's definitely a missed opportunity. And then we do have their, Beast alt modes. I never really had a problem with either Beast alt mode. I think they're pretty cool. Again, just, missed opportunity with the gut gun. I think that would be pretty cool. I do like how his tail, kind of becomes the accessory, but of course the accessory itself isn't very good. Unfortunately, there was always a breakage issue with mine every time I got any version of this mold. Every time I transformed it, there was always a little tab, kind of hard to describe the area, but if you've seen any of my reviews of this, mold or any version of this mold, you know what I'm talking about. There was always a tab near his neck that would always break every time I transformed it, so I would expect that would be the same problem with this. But Waspinator in his Wasp mode never really had any problems. I thought it was pretty accurate. It's very kind of creepy insect looking. I didn't have any problems. I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this pack. I think it is cool. If you never got the original Kingdom releases of Waspinator or Cheetor, I would say I do recommend this, but Honestly, if you already have the original releases, you really don't need to get this because, yes, there is some nice premium paint, and it does look cool, but this is $5 extra, and one of the figures is not that good. So, in some ways, I recommend it, in some ways, I don't. It's kind of a mixed bag, but let me know your thoughts on this pack in the comment section down below. I do hope you enjoy, and of course, I'll see you next time.